because what often happens is that a lot of people say, you know, I'm excited on this 90-day run, right? But what do? They don't know what the daily activity should be like. Guys, it's boring. But it's simple. And it works. So I want to share with you guys, really, after the goals, after engaging in the vision, bigger than myself, so that nothing or no one can get in the way, after speaking every day. Because see, a lot of people are frauds out here, okay? Meaning, you listen, frauds is people that say things, that perpetrate and post things, but they're not actively engaging in those things that they speak about or even post about. That's a fraud. Yeah. But a real person says, I'm going to activate my faith, and faith moves. Yes. Faith without works is dead. Right. Like, who cares about you speaking and writing the check down and writing the check out if you ain't going to do no work? Right. So now I'm going to share with you guys something, don't go to the next slide yet, that is going to help you to understand the simplicity, y'all say simplicity.
Simplicity.
Of what I did every single day for 6 months. To the point where, when I went global, I couldn't hardly talk. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
From conference calls, three-way calls, lifelines, home party, Google, presentation, Google, what is it called? Google Hangouts. I was talking all day long. It's amazing when Mr. Lloyd, where is he?
Right.
It's amazing how Mr. Lloyd, you know, called me the other day and he said, I want to show something to you. He said, I believe if everybody would adopt this G1 system, we would have more than just 16 millionaires.
Wow.
I said, huh? What system we got that's going to do that? When he showed it to me, I got excited, but I also got scared at the same time. And the reason why I got scared, to be honest with you guys, is because I said, people are going to look at this and say, that's not real. There's no way. You're telling me you have 16 millionaires and you're going to produce more with this little simple system that you're showing me.
That's good.
Guys, what I'm about to show you in the next minute, I promise you, I've been in 5 companies. Can y'all say 5? 5. I make it to mid-top of all of them, meaning no less than 30 grand a month. My highest month before TLC was $106,000. When I saw this, I said, you know what? Finally. We put it together in a way in which it's simple enough that everybody can do it. Yeah. I'm going to repeat that. We finally, why has it taken so long for us to stop for a minute and put something together that's simple enough that all of these people behind these ropes can leave out of here today. You do this every single day, 10 to 20 times a day, and you telling me I can get from behind the ropes and I can get a jacket and I could be the next national executive ambassador, the next region if I do this?
That's right.
Reveal the new G1 system. Talks about God using such things to confound the wise? Yes. I think that's Corinthians. Don't let me preach up in here. What you guys are about to look at, for real. Yes. I did this every single day. Yes. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. No. I didn't just do it with 10 to 15 people. I believe in collapsing time frames. Yes. I like to be the example and the model of success. I believe that money loves speed.
Yeah. Right.
What you guys are about to see and what I'm about to explain to you, I promise you, if you do this every single day, every day, but here's the key. Y'all ever heard of the Pareto law? Pareto law. 80-20. Listen, y'all. 20% of the people will always do 80% of the work. See, I'm that little girl with a 9th grade education that's not supposed to be a multi-millionaire.
Right.
But I understand, Stormy Wellington, what you lack in skills, my friend.
Come on now.
You make up in numbers. It's a numbers game. We're playing the numbers game. See, the problem with those that's up here from those that's back there is you're not playing the numbers game. This is a numbers game. So I'm going to explain this process to you guys. And it's very simple to do. But it's also very simple not to do. But it's going to go back to how bad do you want it? How bad do you believe that your family deserves the success like what these leaders are having in front of this room? And so we're going to start off right here at home base. And this is going to sound like for real. Listen, y'all, you got to make a list. Listen, you have to make a list. Number one, you have to make a list. Did y'all not hear what Jared said? He got so mad that he left out of that meeting in Houston and y'all say read. That means to do over. And rebuilt his list. And on that list was a gentleman who I can't wait till y'all hear his story and hear him speak. I want you to stand to your feet, Mr. Bass Grant. He put Bad Girl on the list. And this is important. He put Matthew, stand up real quick, and his wife on that list. Y'all give it up for Matthew. What I'm saying to you, the first base is the baseball diamond, is your list. You know who was on my list? Jeffrey Janelle Simpson was on my list. Stand up real quick. Nathan the Camera White was on my list. Stand up. Carol Drake was on my list. Stand up. Look at my list. Appreciate your check matches. Have a seat. I could go on and on about my list. So guys, you have to make a list. And the reason why the vision is so important is because I didn't just call them about no tea. I called them about the possibilities of what we can do in our city called Miami, Florida. That's what we talked about. We talked about what it would feel like to help people make an extra $500 a week. Am I lying? So guys, you have to build your list. Second base. Once the list is made, listen baby, once the list is made, you have to decide how many of those individuals. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, I really didn't make a list for real because I called everybody my fault. Worst thing you can tell me is no. So I called everybody because I understand the Pareto law. So when you build that list and you made a decision that you're gonna call 10 to 15 people a day, it's very simple what you say. First of all, y'all need some posture. You gotta get some posture. You can't be calling people, hey, sound all weak. You gotta sound like you know where you're going. And I'm just calling you because I want to see if you want to go with me. So you gotta get some posture. Put on your best song and make you feel like a boss. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, build up your self-esteem. Build up your self-esteem. So you call these people. So I'm gonna call you Lakari. How you doing, Mr. Lakari?
Great. How are you?
You know I'm not gonna call him Mr. Lakari. How you doing, John? When I call people, I'm not calling by no last name. You're gonna respect me. That's number one tip I'm giving y'all right now. His name not Mr. Lakari, because I'm letting him know I'm the boss when I call him. Hey, John, you got a moment to talk?
Sure.
Sure? You sure?
Absolutely.
Everything I'm saying to you guys is really what I do. I recruited, I'm ashamed to say, over 800 people, okay? So, this is real stuff. So, can you talk, John? Are you sure it's a good time to talk?
I got a couple minutes.
You got a couple minutes? No, what I got to share with you is extremely important. So this is what I want you to do. It's about an opportunity where I know for a fact I'll be at 7 figures in the next 7 months. So what I want you to do, John, is when you have some time to really talk to me, because I wasn't even going to call you John. Y'all write that down. I wasn't even, like, I'm the posture queen. I wasn't even going to call you, my man. So what I need you to do is call me and you can give me more than a couple minutes. And I'm hanging up. Click. Do y'all know he's gonna call me right back? He gonna call me right back. He gonna stop whatever he's doing because he wants to know what do I have to talk about. So I'm gonna say, listen, I found a way for us to make some extra money. When he calls me back. I wasn't gonna call you, but I found a way that we can make some extra money and we could do this from the privacy of our own home. I want you to take a look at something. And I'm gonna pause. Y'all see my pauses? There's a purpose behind the pause. When you start talking too fast, you sound like a used car salesman. You sound like a hustler, a broker too. I've learned, you gotta learn to slow down. It's posture when you talk and you slow down. So I want you to take a look at this and I want you to tell me how you feel. Because y'all, I know I'll be at 7 figures in the next 7 months. Now, real quick, nugget. If you know that you borrowed $20 from John yesterday, don't posture up too big. Take that thing back a notch and say something. Everybody can't say 7 figures in 7 months. So that's why you got to plug in your own belief level of income and the level that they respect you at, believe that you can even earn. So don't go millionaire, you work at McDonald's, okay? I'm just telling you the truth. So I'm piquing his interest. I made my list, I piqued Mr. John's interest. Now, second base. I'm gonna move John into action. How am I gonna move John into action? I'm gonna invite John to either listen to an on-demand call, which we are going to have an on-demand call in every language. Y'all get excited? We're gonna have a live on-demand call in every language, right, Korea, right, donde está Latina? Yeah. So now I'm moving him to the next phase. Guys, it's a process. So now I may be on the phone with John. Listen to this. Hold on, you got about 20 minutes? Oh, listen to this. Now the funny thing is, next base. Before I get John on the call, and I don't care if it's your bishop, your pastor, your whatever, they just call them by their first name, no longer call them, you got to posture up. So now that I have him, about to put him on his call, I already know who is doing the call because I have listened to the call myself. Or, y'all say or. I already know who is going to be at the meeting, like the meeting we had last night. Right. Or I already know who is going to be at the home party. Like I already know who is going to be the presenter or the story. That's why you guys have to learn the stories of the people that are supporting your growth. Right? And so I'm going to edify to John Kenny Lloyd's story. One of the reasons why I would pick Kenny Lloyd's story is because John and Kenny are apparently, seasoned in age. Listen, y'all, we talking business, right? I'm not gonna put John on Drake call. It don't make sense. Drake is 28. John is 78, eh? Yeah, I'm not gonna put John on Drake's call. That's why you gotta know who to use for what. Yeah. That's why you gotta pay attention, my friends. I'm gonna put John on Kenny's call. And I'm gonna say, listen, the gentleman that you're about to listen to, this man make like, I ain't gonna say a lot of money. like maybe, I don't know, like 40,000 a day, something crazy. But the funny thing about this guy, 3 years ago, we couldn't even pay rent at his house. And he's been able to do some amazing things. I don't know if this is gonna work, but something in my spirit tells me this may be something that we can do together. So I'm gonna click over, I want me and you both to listen to this call together. And I'm gonna click over, we're gonna listen. But I have already edified Mr. Lloyd. And notice, John is John, Kenny is Mr. Lloyd. I'm gonna respect Kenny. I ain't worried about John until John sign up, then his name is Mr. LaCarrie. But until he sign up, his name is John. I'm giving y'all some good game. So now I have John on this call. And because I've been humble, I'm coachable, I work with Mr. Lloyd. I already told Mr. Lloyd that I'm on my 90-day run. He already knows my date for national. He already knows that I'm going to be calling 10 to 30 people a day. He already knows that I'm applying pressure to this G1 system. I already told Mr. Lloyd what I'm about to do. So he's already knowing that I'm going to be calling him a lot. So after John gets off of the call or the meeting, I'm going to, now we're at third base, I'm going to ask John, what did you like? What did you like, John? What do you like about what you heard? And whatever John says, I'm going to be like, oh my God, me too. Whatever he says, it's me too. Everything he says, ooh, me too. And so my next goal, because I've already edified Mr. Lloyd, I'm on the phone with John with my earphones in. I'm texting Mr. Lloyd at the same time. Mr. Lloyd, I really need you to do this three-way call for me real quick. Y'all see that? Three-way call. And here's the funny thing. I may not do a three-way call with Mr. Lloyd. I may do a three-way call with somebody else. You don't always have to go up for a three-way call. You can go down for a three-way call, because I may need to put Lakari on the phone with someone that makes $2,000 a week. Right. Kenny Lloyd's $40,000 a day may be a little bit too much for him. Right. So I mean, I already edified who's doing the call, but I may want to put Lakari on with someone that he can be a little bit more relatable to. So now I've edified whoever, and they already know, hey, I want to put you on a three-way call with this guy named John. John is an engineer by trade. He makes 6 figures a year, but him and his wife don't have any time to spend with each other. I really need you to do a three-way call. Look, I've already asked for the three-way call, and I've already prepared the person that's doing the three-way call what John's hot buttons are. I know John isn't paid if he doesn't spend no time with his wife. He makes 6 figures a year. He got money but no time. So now I got John on the call with Kenny, with whoever. And guess what? That individual is going to help you to close the deal. They're not going to close the deal. Can y'all say help? Help. 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 They're going to help you to close the deal. And now, guys, guess what happens? They ready for the close. And here's the thing. Some people need 6 to 7 exposures. This is why you need to rebuild your list. Because some of the people that told you no last season, they called that repo. They're ready for a new opportunity. So now they're ready. They got laid off, right? So redo your list. So now that you plug them in, they listen, that may be the one call that gets them in. That may be the one meeting that gets them in. But if not, you redo that thing again. And you keep doing it. You keep doing it. And guess what's going to happen eventually? Yes. Y'all say eventually. Yes. Y'all say eventually. Yes. When you apply pressure, y'all say pressure. Pressure. Listen, y'all, when you apply pressure to the system, here's the funny thing about how this thing works that people don't understand. It's a funny thing that happens that when you're doing the work in belief, in faith, in knowing. That's another thing. You can't cancel out the results with your doubts. You gotta know, like you know, like you know, like you know, like you know that this is working. And suddenly, next slide. Suddenly, y'all say suddenly. Suddenly. Your phone just starts shrinking. Suddenly, people start saying, I'm ready to go. It's all about the activity that you do today that becomes a delayed reaction of your results tomorrow. But you can't expect something from nothing. Some of y'all are doing nothing, and you're mad at the nothing that you're receiving. No, you do something. So I gave y'all some daily tips. And I don't know, Mr. Lord, where would they be able to find the G1 system?
It's going to be on our site. That's where for most. Right, what's the site?
It's going to be on a site. Which one?
Not on a site.
No, the site. It's going to be on the site. Oh, GlobalOneTeamTraining.com. Y'all write this down. GlobalOneTeamTraining.com. So I wrote some tips down. Money loves speed. Money loves energy. I want y'all to just write some of that stuff down. But I want to share something with you guys because, see, when the vision is clear, the mechanisms will appear. Yeah. There's a reason why you're in this room today. And I have a funny belief that everybody in this room wants to succeed. Like nobody wants, who wants to fail here? Raise your hand if you want to fail. Who want to play small and be ordinary and average and mean nothing? Like, who wants to be like that? Right? I have this funny thing that I just believe that everybody has a story. And it has to be something on the inside that says, I want to tell this story. And I shared this story in Medellin. And I want to share it with you guys because oftentimes people see the glory, but don't know the story.
That's right.
They see the glitz and the glam. They see that, Greg and Anika Scott, cash payment, paid off that $600,000 home with TLC. Let me say it one more time because I know a lot of y'all will pay. They don't understand 6 girls, right? Food stamps, up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Greg had to go to work at 6. They don't understand the pain, the process, what it took to be able to pay that home off $600,000 cash. They don't understand the pain that Benita had when her husband would leave her every day going to work. When she had to say her name was Benita Lee. And it really was Benita McClain, but she needed benefits, so she couldn't claim her husband. Do y'all understand? She couldn't claim her husband because she needed benefits? Come on, man, that's painful. Do you think she fought just for the money? No, she fought for her husband, for her family. And so I was sharing this story. And Medellin, and I'm gone, because this is important that y'all understand how important your story is.
Yeah.
That you win, so people want to hear your story.
That's right.
When you're a loser, we don't want to hear
At all.
about you losing. We don't. I don't want to hear about the dog and the light bill and your. I don't want to hear about it. But there was this little girl who wasn't even supposed to be here. Right? See, I like to read. I know I like to read, right? How many of y'all know I have a little slight ADD? But it's a benefit. ADB, attention deficit benefit. It's a benefit. So I'm the girl who I like to read books, but I have a tendency to go to the back of the book, right? I don't like reading the whole thing. I'm bad. I have a whole book in my purse and Reggie like another one. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the back first. I just do that. And so I'm reading this book, right? And I'm reading the book and I get to the back of the book. And let me go to the beginning. I get to the beginning of the book, and in the beginning of the book is talking about this little girl who her mom was about to have an abortion with her. Her mom was literally on the way to the abortion clinic. She was already 6 months. But she was like, I don't want this child. Me and baby daddy ain't working out. I can't take it. Lord forgive me, I'm about to have an abortion. True story. So I'm reading the book, it's a true book. And the lady missed her abortion appointment by 5 minutes. So because she missed the abortion appointment, the doctor said, I can't do it. We can't go through the procedure, you may die. The lady goes home. Of course, 4 months later, she gives birth. She has this baby. And I'm reading in the book how this little girl had been abandoned. Her mom was, in the streets selling drugs. And so she really did not grow up in that family environment. But she was that girl that always found a way. She learned how to survive at a very, very young age. She learned how to think for herself, how to figure it out. And so I'm reading the book, I'm like, this girl must turn into, how could she ever become anything? 9th grade education, first child is 16, ex-stripper, ex-credit card scammer, ex-everything. So I go to the back of the book, and the back of the book starts getting real juicy. Now, here's the funny thing. I skipped to the back, and I'm like, ooh, okay. But something told me to go back to chapter 23 in the book. So I go back to chapter 23, and I'm like, wow. In chapter 23, it talks about how the young girl discovered network marketing. And in chapter 23, this girl went from making $13.25 an hour, getting into network marketing, to making $1.2 million. And then I go to chapter, 3 chapters, chapter 30, and then the girl was broke again. I'm like, nah, girl, you make $1 million and you go broke. I'm mad at the girl now. Girl went through depression, 3 baby daddies. She quit, she didn't even quit. Going through it. She never doing that with marketing again. I'm like, why, girl, you gotta do it again. You made $1 million in 1 year, you bad, girl, do it again. I get to the back of the book, right? I'm like at two chapters away from the last chapter. The girl began to speak life to herself. The girl began to believe in herself. The girl began to surround herself with the right people. The girl began to grow. The girl began to recognize that she went broke because she did not grow. The girl recognized that it was all about the person that you have to become. And so she gets back into network marketing. It is an amazing company called Total Life Changes. And the little girl who was about to give up and decide that she was going to be ordinary and average, finds a company called Total Life Changes, and she attracts people like Louis Ventura. Louis, get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Julio and Anna. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Jeff and Janella Simpson. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Nathan and Pam McCray. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Carol Smith. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Natalie Nicole Smith. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Sandra Pickett. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Jason Scott Burns. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Candace Gordon Davis. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people like Tammy Price. Get on the stage real quick. She attracts people. And now, she understood why it all had to happen. She understood the pain was a part of the process. She understands that you have to fall down in order to get back up. She understands now why it all had to happen. And so I ask you guys today, what will your story be? What will your book be about? What country will you open? What's going to happen in your city? Because you said yes to Total Life Changes. What is going to happen to your family legacy as you build it for your last name? What is going to be your story? We all right now, y'all say right now. We have an opportunity to write our story. Right now. We all in this room, in Houston, Texas, where they say it's bigger than Houston, Texas. We all have an opportunity to grow, to become, in order to write our story. Y'all give it up to Jack Fallon. She's my sister, baby. Let me tell y'all. Make a decision that you're going to leave up out of this room and you are going to go on this 90-day run. We got New York coming, April 1st. And it's not no April Fool, baby. April 1st, we got New York coming. And to my knowledge, we have about 300 seats left. Twyla keeps telling me she buying 50 tickets. I'm like, man, listen, y'all. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You gotta make a conscious decision that you are going to do it today. Now is the time. You can't keep waiting, because one day you are going to run out of time. Now is the time to do what Mr. Fred Herzog did for his family. Now